Now, Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz was also a writer, and he wrote a brilliant book called The Essential Talmud. His opening line in this book is, if the Bible is the cornerstone of Judaism, then the Talmud is the central pillar, soaring up from the foundations and supporting the entire spiritual and intellectual edifice. Rabbi Korobkin, you make a good point that we don't want to spoon feed too much ice cream to our children, but yet the Talmud is sacrosanct in our world of learning. It is something which is central to it. Why is it so central?
It's a great question. Well, first of all, the reason why it's so central, I think it's for a number of reasons. Number one, the formation of our halachic system, which means the way that we live our lives according to Jewish law, is completely grounded in the Talmud. There is almost all of the things that you'll find in the Shulchan Aruch, which is the code of Jewish law, is grounded in the Talmud and its commentaries. And in order to properly understand how to live your life as a Jew, study of Talmud is really the foundation, at least to give you an intellectual satisfaction that what I'm doing on a daily basis is grounded in something meaningful intellectually. But there's also a second reason, and it has to do with the history of the formation of the Talmud, why we study the Babylonian Talmud more than we study the Jerusalem Talmud. It goes back to a history of how Jews learned how to think Jewishly. When a person is able to master Talmudic study and learns the ebbs and flow of logic and the cadence and what we call, the shakla vitaria, which is an Aramaic term which means the give and take of a sugya, of a topic, it starts to get the mind working in a certain kind of in a certain way of syncing with the way that the Talmud thinks. And so there's something called a Yiddishe cup, something called like a Jewish way of thinking that originates with studying Talmud. It's a very scientific way of thinking, a very logical way of thinking, and it actually provides grounding for so many areas of discipline in the secular world also, which is why so many young men or young women who go to yeshiva or seminary are already immediately advanced in their ability to, let's say, take the LSATs and get accepted into law school, because they've already mastered a way of thinking logically, thinking critically about a lot of legalistic kinds of things. And that's really been the key of our advancement in scholastics throughout the centuries. It's not for naught that almost a quarter of all Nobel Prize winners in the sciences are Jews. It's because there's that Yiddishe cup that we've developed over the centuries that's grounded in Talmud study. It's why also in South Korea today, the Koreans are studying Talmud, because they've identified that that's the key to Jewish success.